Hi, hello, and welcome back to Pbks Season 3, powered by Wannabe, the world's first exclusive 360 degrees buyers only requirement listing portal. I am Tasmay Krishnan, the creator and host of this podcast, and I couldn't be more excited to welcome you all back to another riveting episode of Pbks Season 3. And the match was truly riveting. The post match analysis coming after 72 views in just 4 hours of my latest episode, CSK versus SRH, the pre match review. And I'm really looking forward to this one as well because this was far more than the hype that I expected that would be created for this match, especially GT versus Punjab Kings. Great game of the cricket, went down to the wire, last ball, Punjab Kings snatching an absolute treasure of a victory. Great cricket from both the sides, but at the end of the day, there was only that one big innings from both the sides that defined the flow of the game. And starting off with the Gujarat Titans, I think Captain Gill played one of the greatest knocks that you can see from his from his track record. I think the way he played, it was wonderful to see the temperament again. And a lot of people would think that having a good temperament would sometimes be associated to having a low strike rate. I don't know why, but that's the image that even I painted earlier. But the temperament that Shubman Gill possesses, he batted with a strike rate of 185, if I'm not wrong, scored 89 runs. A beautiful innings, it was wonderfully crafted. There are a few players that you never get bored of seeing, and one of them is definitely the Prince of Cricket, Shubman Gill. He'll definitely go on to become the king of cricket, hopefully. But he's doing some ostentatious stuff right now for the country, going out there and winning matches for the country in the India versus England Test series, and now doing it for fun for the Gujarat Titans. He led from the front once again. Good captaincy from Shubman Gill. I'm very much appreciative of what he has done on the field, the way he has marshalled his troops. But the way he batted yesterday was almost poetry, as if it was in motion, because you could see that his bat lift, he's tried to bring it from outside the off stump so that he's able to counter the swing as well. So earlier, if you'd see, you'd get it from the leg stump, so he would become a little wary against the in swinger. By the time he brought the bat, he would have gotten LBW. So he's made a conscious effort to bring it from outside the off stump, so it's coming from there and he's able to drive beautifully. He's got the shots through the leg side. A lot can argue that increases the scope for LBW. But Shubman Gill, being the kind of player with his kind of player he is, with that fantastic stride that he has, huge stride, always becomes impractical to get him out LBW playing across the line. But nevertheless, it was a scintillating innings that he played. A few drives, you just can't get enough of it. Like you can't get enough of Wannabe. Our podcast sponsors, they use the scintillating AI algorithms to make the matching and the buying process an absolute breeze. They have a website of their own, www.wannabe.in. They have an app of their own as well, Wannabe app. So I don't know what you're waiting for. It looks a good time to download their app as well, where buying is like an absolute T20 game, but there's a lot of strategies involved, like a test match as well. So for anything real estate and like such as buying or renting, they've given them much needed development. And if you're looking with regard to vehicles, B2C, C2C, everything is in the pipeline. So to stay updated on when these release, you have to give that Insta handle a follow, Wannabe official. But that brings us back onto the review. Shubman Gill wasn't given any support around him. Usually you would expect a Sai Sudarshan or a Vijay Shankar to step up, but both of them did not tonk as many runs that Shubman Gill would have personally liked as a captain and as a batsman. And the bowling was not great from the Punjab Kings. You've got to say that 199 was a good total. And at the end of the first innings, I remember telling one of my relatives that I think Punjab Kings might chase this down. Nothing else, but because I didn't feel that the track would deteriorate towards the second half of the second innings. It looked a sturdy wicket. It looked as if the ball was coming onto the bat, and I thought it has a lot of scope to continue playing good for another at least 18 overs. But addressing the Punjab Kings bowling, I think Kagiso Rabada 2 for 44 in his 4 overs. He was good, but one bad over kind of ruined his figures there. But he was good once again. Harpreet Brar taking the new ball, a wonderful sign for Indian cricket. I've become a fan of his. My colleague Surya as well is now a huge fan of Harpreet Brar. Takes the new ball time and again. But to see him bowl the first over, it was exciting to see. It's nice to see a lot of spinners helming the new ball. Mahesh Tikshana, Manimaran Siddharth, who got the big fish in Virat Kohli. You've got Harpreet Brar. So it's wonderful to see all of these players coming about and taking the new ball. And he did, I think, 4 overs, 33 for 1, if I'm not mistaken. So another quality spell from Harpreet Brar. Definitely an option for the T20 World Cup if he continues to prove himself with such great performances. And coming on to the Punjab Kings batting, a smile on my face as I addressed these two players who took me by surprise. Absolutely the story of Shashank Singh. And I remember predicting Shashank Singh's possible move to Punjab Kings with Preeti Zinta. Didn't seem to agree on the auction table, since there were two players who were being auctioned by the same name or some confusion. Preeti Zinta bought the wrong Shashank Singh, and today he struck absolute gold for them. I mean, he was an absolute steal. And 61 of 29 balls. And it was crazy cricket from the man. You just can't analyze a few innings, and this was one of them. Stepped down and played some beautiful shots against the spinner. Stayed back, pulled a few, cut a few. He used almost every single dimension of the ground to his advantage. A very wily batsman. You can see that he's thinking every ball. He knows exactly where the spinner is going to bowl. He knew when, okay, I think this is the ball. He's going to flight it up. He stepped down, and to neglect that spell of Noor Ahmed, who picked up 2 wickets, he bowled well, Noor Ahmed. So there's a lot of calculation that went behind his batting, and I think he just, I think even the Punjab Kings management didn't expect that. But along with him, the impact player, Ashutosh, played a wonderful knock. Once again, Ashutosh Sharma, if I'm not wrong, he 33 of 17 came in as the impact player. And I was a little bewildered initially. I was thinking I didn't understand the thought process behind having Ashutosh Sharma walk in at that situation. But Punjab Kings have definitely seen some finishing potential with regard to death bowling, hitting prowess in him. And it really was coming to life. The way he was batting, he left me absolutely smitten. And not a lot of technique to admire, but a lot of power to see and a lot of power to admire. Once again, along with the death bowling, I must say the finishers are coming along quite well. You can see a lot of the finishers getting groomed. Maybe even a seasoned player who's able to bat towards the death, that's still a finisher being groomed, because the more batsmen you have towards the end, the better for Indian cricket. And it's good to see Ashutosh Sharma come about quite well. And another batsman who's, I have to touch more upon Shashank Singh's innings. It was fabulous to see him bat. He took the innings, he took the whole world by storm, because I remember the commentators going, this cannot be you, Shashank Singh, because he's a player who Punjab Kings did not want in the auction. They bought him by mistake, and to strike gold for them after that, imagine the demotivation and the demoralization that must be going behind your head once you got selected by the Punjab Kings. You're thinking, they bought me under the notion that I'm someone else, so why would they even want me? I wasn't even in their plans, and now I'm just part of the squad. I have no choice but to start. So that thought process has been invoked in you, and then to come out and play such a fantabulous knock, it speaks volumes of the man's courage, the man's determination, and how much confidence that the man exudes. And I think Shashank Singh, he was unparalleled with regard to the way he exploited the field, the way he used his feet. He didn't let his body weight fall backwards. He knew that Mohit Sharma is a very deceptive slower one, so if he lets his body weight fall backwards and pull the ball or try to go over covers, then he would definitely get out a conscious effort to keep his front shoulder little more towards the ball. And I think the way he stepped down, it was almost as if he was dancing down the track. The literal embodiment of dancing down the track. You could see in the way there was this level of finesse that he was exuding when he was stepping down. And I think the way he played, he took me by absolute surprise. But I remember my colleague Surya and I predicting his move to Punjab Kings, and even though it was a mistake by the Punjab Kings management at the auction table, I must say, hailing from where he is, I think Jammu and Kashmir, and he's a fantastic cricketer. I rate him very highly, someone who can also bowl some handy off spin. So it's going to be interesting to see how Punjab harness his potential, how they're going to help him flourish. But I'm very excited for Shashank Singh. He's a quality cricketer. Ashutosh Sharma, 33 of 17, an impact innings. Something similar to what Abhishek Purell did, 32 of 9 in one of the games. But this was a solid innings as well. Had this innings not come at that entry point, then it would have been a completely different narrative of the game. But I'm very happy about how Indian cricket is really shaping up through the IPL. This is what we want in the IPL. This is a replica of the 2013, the 2014 seasons where a lot of talents were unearthed. And it's nice to see this happening again. A lot of Indian talents to look forward to, mainly in the bowling contingent. But you have nice finishers and all-rounders coming about. And my theory has always been that if you want to play for India, the basic criteria is that you should be able to bowl 4 overs, you should be able to bat in the top 6. And you may not still get slotted in the top 6, but you should at least be good enough to be to say that, you know what, boss, I can bat there. So very little to touch upon, but I think the negatives have to be touched upon as well. Johnny Bairstow, 22 of 13. It's about time that David Warner and him keep trying to turn back the clock. And they've been misfiring for quite a while now, but they've got to. It's high time that these two start performing. They're quality cricketers. They've got all the pedigree in the world, but once you start hitting the ball for your franchise, I think there's no better feeling like it, because it propels your franchise's chances by 10 times. Because when your openers get you off to a good start, then it eases the pressure on your middle order for a team like Punjab and Delhi. For teams like them, because when you have a very fragile middle order with regard to experience, I think it's very much important that your seasoned pros up top give you those important starts. But barring that, I'm still not able to come over that game, because it went down to the wire, and you would expect someone like a Shashank Singh to try to do something glorious. But then again, the calm disposition that he exuded, very focused. I like that about him. it finally paid off all the dividends and all it. He got basically the heaps of all his efforts. So I'm very happy for Shashank Singh. Very happy for the Punjab Kings, the way they're coming about. Their form as well, a power-packed house of cricket. So I'm really looking forward to what lies ahead for them this season. And I think I touched upon almost all aspects in a very short episode because there were only very few performances to address. So once again, thank you so much for tuning in to Cricket Static Season 3 powered by Wannabe, the world's first exclusive 360 degrees buyers only listing portal. Give the link in the description or visit. And concluding this episode, this is Tasmay Krishnan. Thank you once again for joining me.